Good afternoon. Good afternoon. As members of the Montgomery County chapter of the National Pan-Hellenic Council are making their way to join us, we just want to thank you all for being here with us for Black History Month. We just enjoyed a delicious lunch catered by one of our local small business owners. My cup runneth over. We heard rave reviews, so it sounds like everyone enjoyed. So thank you for joining Council Vice President Jawando and myself to celebrate the National Pan-Hellenic Council of Montgomery County. Today, we are recognizing 14 of the alumni chapters that represent us here in Montgomery County. The Divine Nine was born from a desire of community. For years, Black students on college campuses across the country were shut out of sororities and fraternities, and the need for sisterhood and brotherhood united us in service, scholarship, to ensure that our community, no one got left behind. These organizations now symbolize Black excellence, not just on historically Black colleges and universities, but across campuses across our country and internationally. They hold offices right here in Montgomery County. Yesterday, we were honored to recognize former County Executive Ike Leggett for his legacy and service to our community. And we are so proud of our Governor Wes Moore representing us in Annapolis, and our sister Angela Alsobrooks, U.S. Senator Angela Alsobrooks, representing us on Capitol Hill. So at our recent luncheon, we were able to discuss some of the services that these organizations provide to our community, ensuring that the next generation of public servants are ready and prepared for the world that awaits them. And we want to ensure that they are fully informed and familiar with their council members, all 11. So we thank our council members that joined us. We were also heard from our council president, Kate Stewart. It is an honor to join Council Vice President Jawando to present this proclamation. And I believe we're also going to hear from the National Pan-Hellenic Council President, Mr. David Harris, as well.
You don't even have to move. I'll move this. Thank you, Councilmember Sales. I just want to acknowledge, she mentioned Governor Moore, who's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, former County Executive Ike Leggett, member of Alpha Phi Alpha, Senator Angela Alsobrooks, member of Delta Sigma Theta, and Laurie-Anne Sales, member of Delta Sigma Theta, and myself, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, but we are all brothers and sisters. That's what the Pan-Hell is about. It's about our collective power, our collective community, our collective strength. For over a century, for many of our organizations, we have done so much for each other, but also for a country that always didn't value our work and our labor and our service. And we're still doing it. We've been called on in this moment to go back to our roots and our founding, to stand up for this country, for every member of our community, whether it's through food service, scholarships, other forms of community service. These organizations behind us and all their members are helping tens of thousands of county residents, Maryland residents, and folks around the country. And so I just want to thank my partner, my sister, for doing this with me. Thank my colleagues for doing this. These organizations have always been on the forefront. Shout out to the Kappas, who brought the most people today. And you know, so next year when we do this again, we're going to see who wins. But we've all won. So do you want to bring up our next speaker?
Yes, and so now we're going to hear from Brother David Harris, who's the president of the National Pan-Hellenic Council.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Sales and Councilmember Jawando. It is such a pleasure to be here. I am David Harris. I am the president of the National Pan-Hellenic Council of Montgomery County, Maryland. I'm also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, and on behalf of we call it the NPHC-MC for MCMD, Montgomery County, Maryland, I want to extend such thanks and appreciation for your efforts to these two council members right here, and then for all the council members who attended the Black History Lunch today. It was a fantastic lunch. I'd like to extend appreciation to your staffs, because I know staffs are hardworking. They make things happen. So appreciate the staff for putting this lunch on for all of us here today. I can just look at the faces here. It was very well received, and thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
It's an honor just to recognize the immense work that these organizations do. And this is just a small token of our appreciation. And so now we're going to read the proclamation. Thank you, Barbara. Can you start it?
Sure. You hold it. I got a paper. We're working together. Whereas the Divine Nine, comprising the oldest and most distinguished Black Greek letter organizations, has upheld a legacy of more than a century, fostering leadership, academic excellence, and public service, while strengthening the bonds of the Black community and inspiring humanitarian work and civic engagement across the globe. And
whereas the National Pan-Hellenic Council established itself on May 10th, 1930 to cultivate community and create opportunities during a time when systemic racial discrimination and prejudice subjected Black Americans to inequities in housing, education, social benefits, and various other programs that their white counterparts received. And
whereas the National Pan-Hellenic Council of Montgomery County, or as you just heard, NPHCMC, carries forth this tradition and remains steadfast in its commitment to the principles of scholarship, leadership, and service through its 14 affiliated alumni chapters representing the Divine Nine Black Greek letter fraternities and sororities, namely Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. And
whereas intercollegiate Black Greek letter sororities and fraternities were established by and for Black people who recognized the crucial need for a space where they could come together to advance opportunities for leadership, professional development, and community engagement. The alumni chapters of Montgomery County continue to uplift and empower Black people of all ages through robust scholarship programs, mentorship initiatives, public health advocacy, educational partnerships, fundraising efforts, and outreach programs that cultivate essential skills. And
whereas the Divine Nine have played an integral role in the advancement of social movements in American history, from Black Lives Matter to civil rights and women's suffrage movements, as well as the mobilization to fight for reproductive rights, immigrant rights, and the rights of marginalized communities. And
whereas members of the Divine Nine have served as trailblazers in government, education, healthcare, business, and the arts, including historical figures such as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Vice President Kamala Harris, Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, Congressman John Lewis, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, poet Maya Angelou, and countless others whose contributions have shaped the course of American history and continue to inspire future generations of Black leaders. And
don't worry, this is the last one. Whereas the Divine Nine have continuously provided safe and empowering spaces for Black students and professionals under the motto Culture for Service, Service for Humanity. Through their commitment to education, advocacy, and service, they have supported and paved the way for future generations of Black excellence in civic leadership. We honor their profound impact during Black History Month and throughout the year.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby honors and recognizes the substantial contributions of the Montgomery County chapter of the National Pan-Hellenic Council for their enduring contributions to social justice, educational advancement, and community empowerment, uplifting Black communities for generations to come, presented on this 25th day of February in the year 2025 by Council President Kate Stewart, Council Vice President William Opiemi Jawando, and Council Member Laurie-Anne Sales. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.